A car's interior can be one of the toughest places to figure out what's worth buying for. Hello everyone. Today, I'm breaking down everything you actually need. From a super minimal beginner setup to the bonus tools that make the job way easier. Before I forget, if you find any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's jump right in. Unlike the bare essentials needed for exterior detailing, interior tools can be a bit pricier as a set, mainly because of the vacuum. If you care about your car, chances are a handheld portable vacuum has probably been able to do the trick for a while now. But if you're serving customers, you'll likely need an upgrade. Think about why someone hires a detailer in the first place. They want the stuff a smaller unit can't handle. A corded shop vac is going to see some things. Fries from before they had a name. Melted crayons. Stuff a forensic couldn't even identify. Portables are still an option though, especially if you're mobile. But keep in mind, you'll usually trade off power and add the cost of batteries. Personally, I'm looking into some portables now, but my current go-to is a 4-gallon Vacmaster. Before that, I used a bigger heart one, but I've since swapped because the Vacmaster fits into my sedan easier when needed, plus has a retractable cord which sold me after spending way too much time winding up extension cords. Little quality of life things like that add up. Now that we've got probably your biggest first purchase out of the way, let's talk about one of the cheapest. Microfiber towels. Premium towels are awesome, but for interiors, you'll mostly be scrubbing and mopping up messes. A cheap multi-pack will take you pretty far. With that said, consider trying to color code or separate them. One set for glass, maybe waffle weave one specifically here. One set for general wiping, maybe another for nastier spots like cup holders. That way you don't cross-contaminate, you stay organized, and your towels end up lasting longer. My default has always been ones by Members Mark, but there's loads of options. But towels only get you so far. You'll also want some brushes. Without compressed air early on, a good dusting brush saves your towels from getting gunked up. I keep 2 on hand at all times. A bigger soft brush for fast dusting over, say, vents and large surfaces, and a smaller, more firm one for cracks and crevices. Stubborn places like between buttons or steering wheel emblems. I'd recommend having a few stiff ones on hand that you're willing to put through some work, so your nice dusting ones aren't full of who knows what. Brushes in general also just beat shoving your fingers or a towel into every little spot. I've done this too many times and didn't realize how sore my fingertips were until I tried typing on my phone after. Which is not fun to say the least. Next up, chemicals. Interiors can be tricky because you've got so many materials. Plastics, vinyl, leather, fabric, glass. This is where an all-purpose cleaner comes in. Many can be diluted down for safety and it'll cover most surfaces. Do not forget gloves though, because long-term exposure to chemicals will absolutely wreck your hands and more. If you want to stretch your budget out a little further, you could swap it for a rinseless wash. If you saw my exterior essentials video, you already know how versatile it is. Inside, it's arguably even better as it's safe on all surfaces. It works on glass if you want to skip buying a dedicated cleaner for a bit, and you can even use it as an anti-static spray on carpets, just to make vacuuming pet hair easier. Rinseless is just one of the most efficient products you can buy that you can use inside and out. Some degreasers/APCs can even leave behind some chalky white residue, So this helps avoid that altogether. So really, your beginner interior kit boils down to a vacuum, microfiber towels, a few different strength brushes, and either an APC or rinseless. That'll handle around, say, 85% of interiors right out the gate that you'll be able to handle or want to handle when dipping your toes into the industry. Not all interiors are as nice as you want though, because it's really easy for anyone to ignore their car if they aren't spending a lot of time in it. I'm a detailer and my car still gets ignored more than I'd like. So once you've got the basics covered, these are the upgrades that make life easier, especially when you get customers who need more of a reset than a refresh. Scrub pads. Think of them like your brush bristles spread out across a flat surface. They let you scrub big sections faster, and the mid-styled ones are amazing for speeding up on leather seats. No more towels unfolding mid-scrub that test your sanity and make you rethink your life choices. Drill brush attachments. If you already own a drill, these are fairly cheap and versatile. I usually save them for floor mats or heavy fabric stains, but there's multiple cases where they can be used, especially when you don't have any elbow grease left to give. Just don't use too aggressively, of course. Always start out with the least aggressive method first to avoid damaging anything. Dressings and protectants. Cleaning is really only half the job. Dressing plastics and leather gives interiors that fresh, finished look. I used to clean everything, then have to circle back around to apply dressings to every surface I had just hit. But now, I mostly use DIY Detail's Interior Clean and Protect to cut that second step out almost entirely. It cleans and leaves behind UV protection in one step, with a natural OEM-styled finish which I prefer since not all vehicles come with the darker plastics that need to be restored. If a customer wants that classic greasy/shiny look, you can always keep another dressing on hand, or even better, a versatile tire dressing that can be diluted based on your needs. I'd also recommend keeping around a dedicated ammonia-free glass cleaner for those cases that Rinseless may not be cutting it as easily. You'll be surprised by how many handprints you find baked into the glass, or forehead smudges because your fiance is looking too closely out the window while you're turning. Sorry, babe. Now, onto the tools that aren't always necessary, but they'll take your results up another notch and definitely have their use in certain scenarios the more vehicles you see. Extractors. Perfect for pulling out coffee spills or seat stains. Just be careful not to soak the fabric because too much liquid leads to bigger problems under the surface. When used sparingly though, they beat scrubbing and damaging fibers while chasing after a stain. And the bonus satisfaction of watching all the nasty colors come out pays for the unit itself. I'd go for a Bissell Spot Clean Pro. Smaller, but still packs a punch. Steamers. Great for gum, melted candy, or stubborn sticky spots in general. The nice little bonus is that they'll warm you up if you're working in cold weather, which I can vouch for. There's even some more budget-friendly handheld ones if you don't plan on using it often, like a McCulloch or other cheaper options. Ozone machine or odor bombs. Not something I use all the time, but they can save you on smoke or nasty smelling vehicles when you really can't locate where things are still coming from. Use sparingly as well since they can be a little harmful to inhale. Interior ceramics. This is a game changer and can even be its own add-on if detailing has a business. Apply once and it acts essentially as a stain barrier on plastics, fabrics, and leather. It keeps the vehicle cleaner for longer and makes your next refresh so much easier. And finally, some little quality of life items. Cotton swabs or similar items can be extremely useful for tight areas. Portable lights and / a headlamp keep you from missing spots and save you from quitting early on when the sun goes down. Pet hair tools like a lily brush for when vacuuming just isn't cutting it. Gloves, seriously gloves, maybe even knee pads if you're crouching a lot. And of course, extension cords, so you're not limited to one tiny corner of the driveway. These kinds of things you'll naturally pick up on based on your scenarios. Depending on how often you're detailing and the vehicles you see, keep in mind other items along the lines of something like a glass reacher tool, and so on, that'll save you some headaches. And there you have it. From the bare minimum kit to a pro-level arsenal. The best part is, you don't need all of it right away. Whether you're a DIYer or starting a business, the key is to not overspend up front and grow into your setup. You can start small, still get a full clean, and then scale up as you grow or as your clients expect more. It's not about the fanciest shelf of products. It's how you use what you've got to deliver awesome results. Let me know in the comments. What's one tool you swear by, even if others don't agree? I'd love to see what you all use. Stay tuned for more detailing videos like this every week, and if you found any part of this video entertaining or useful, maybe hit the thumbs up, maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and that's that. See ya. It's not about the fanciest shelf on the products. What?